Okay, so for this deep dive, we're pitting two absolute titans of Japanese manufacturing against each other. Tamiya and Kyosho, both world famous for RC vehicles, right? But their approach to quality, well, it's fundamentally different. Our mission today is to look at the source material, analyze how they use, or maybe don't fully use, the Toyota production system, TPS, and see if that explains why, Tamiya has this reputation for flawless quality, while Kyosho is maybe more known for rapid innovation.
It's a fascinating comparison, yeah. It really gets into strategic philosophy. We're trying to understand what makes them tick, beyond just the products.
Mhm.
Because TPS people often think it's just a toolkit, lean manufacturing tools, but it's much more, isn't it? It's a whole socio-technical culture, really built on two main pillars, Jidoka and Kaizen.
Right, Jidoka. That's the automation idea. Automation with a human touch, stopping the line if something's wrong.
Exactly, building quality in, not just inspecting it out later.
Right.
And Kaizen, of course, is that relentless continuous improvement.
So let's start with Tamiya. Their motto is, first in quality around the world. That's pretty unambiguous, and this really seems to drive how they interpret Jidoka.
It absolutely does. It led to this really critical strategic decision they made way back in 1964. They decided to bring the manufacturing of their metal molds completely in-house.
Wow, okay, molds. That sounds like a huge investment, a really big step. Why was controlling the molds specifically such a master stroke for quality?
Well, because the mold basically is the quality for plastic kits. It determines the precision, the fit, the finish of every single part. By controlling that absolute source step, Tamiya essentially built Jidoka into their physical process, deep down. They weren't waiting for mistakes downstream. They were preventing defects right from the get-go, before any plastic was even involved.
Ah, I see. Proactive control.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that philosophical commitment, that's the bedrock of the famous Tamiya standard. It also explains why they have this incredible record, like almost zero major widespread product recalls. They really embrace the culture side too, the respect for people part, empowering workers, which fuse Kaizen.
Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting. Let's contrast that with Kyosho. Their focus, serious about having fun, that drives a huge product range, really rapid innovation. Think like the Mini Z Racer, total game changer. But if they're focused on speed, maybe they are applying TCS just differently, prioritizing flow perhaps.
That's a fair question. Flexibility is definitely their strength.
Yeah.
But that speed, it seems to come with a trade-off in consistency. See, Kyosho uses this big distributed network, the Kyosho Associates Cooperative. It's like 50 different external companies working together.
50? Wow.
Yeah, it gives them amazing agility, lets them launch new things fast. But imagine trying to get rigorous, uniform Jidoka standards applied perfectly across 50 different partners.
Yeah, that sounds like a massive challenge. Systemic hurdles, you could say.
Precisely. Yeah. And we actually have some pretty concrete, very recent evidence of where that system can falter.
You mean the May 2024 recall? The X-Speed 85 motor?
That's the one. The official reason given was, and I'm quoting here, parts with different specifications were substituted during production.
Substitute? Hang on, that doesn't sound like just a random error. That implies someone knew the parts weren't right, but they were used anyway.
That's what's fascinating, isn't it? A substitution suggests a known deviation. It points to a situation where maybe the issue was identified on the floor, but the system, the culture, didn't have the power or the commitment to actually stop production. So the defect gets shipped out to you, the customer. That's like the textbook definition of a Jidoka failure. The empowerment wasn't there.
Wow, that really hammers home the difference. The system allowed a known problem to proceed. It means that deep-seated philosophical commitment to stop the line just wasn't embedded uniformly across their whole network, not like Tamiya's internal control.
It's exactly right. So the difference in their recall histories, it seems like a pretty logical outcome of these two sort of divergent paths in applying TPS. Tamiya went holistic. Quality is the absolute core strategy, built in from day one. Kyosho prioritized flexibility, innovation, speed, maybe sacrificing some of that ironclad process discipline needed for total consistency across that distributed chain.
So when you boil it down, the big takeaway seems to be Tamiya's success really validates that the culture, that long-term philosophical buy-in, things like respect for people driving Kaizen, those are maybe the most critical assets. You can get the TPS tools, the charts, whatever, but you have to actually live the philosophy.
You absolutely have to live it, yes. It's creating that environment where everyone feels empowered to spot problems and, crucially, to act on them, to be problem solvers.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If getting something like an RC car right, achieving that level of excellence, demands such a deep, integrated philosophical commitment to building quality in, where else in the bigger systems you interact with every day, might that principle of building quality in be missing? Just something for you to think about.